Hello, dear viewers, and welcome back to the channel where we unpack the most compelling and often troubling stories from the world of the British monarchy. Today, we're diving into the growing storm around Sarah Ferguson, the former Duchess of York, her motives, money decisions, and the timing of her split from the orbit of Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. Loyalty or self-preservation? Let's dig in. Please like the video and subscribe. Your support helps us deliver these deep dive analyses. This controversy follows a seismic shift. Andrew has been definitively stripped of remaining royal roles and military affiliations. For years after their divorce, Fergie and Andrew maintained a uniquely close arrangement, famously sharing royal lodge. That era is ending. As the fallout intensified, attention turned to Fergie. Would she stand firm or step away? That's the context for a scorching critique that's now dominating headlines. On GB News, journalist Susan Holder delivered a blistering assessment, arguing Fergie's recent moves are driven by self-interest, not principle. Holder suggested Ferguson is protecting commercial ventures, especially publishing, amid Andrew's reputational collapse. Her sharpest line? The word grubby is what comes to mind. In this framing, Ferguson's distance from Andrew isn't ethical clarity, it's brand triage. Holder also claimed Fergie benefited from living with Andrew for years and then hightailed it when the cost got too high. A portrait of opportunism over solidarity, Holder resurfaced the most damaging element in Fergie's past: financial entanglement with Jeffrey Epstein. The timeline is crucial. Critics allege Ferguson sought help after Epstein's conviction was public, undercutting claims of moral distance. Coverage often cites a 2011 email associated with Ferguson, followed by an attempt to walk back the language. For critics, that sequence, financial need, ill-judged wording, then damage control, casts a long shadow just as she tries to reposition now. Note: Ferguson has expressed regret for past misjudgments. We're highlighting how critics are using the timeline to question current motives. With Andrew's position dismantled, the shared address is no longer tenable. Reports indicate Fergie is preparing to move out of Royal Lodge, seeking independent accommodation and a clean perimeter around her brand. Symbolically, it's enormous, severing ties to the house that defined her post-divorce stability. Practically, it's a reputational reset. To supporters, long overdue. To critics, weather-vane timing that follows the wind, not principle. Commentators now point to a difficult family dynamic. Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie reportedly appear more frustrated with their mother than with Andrew at this moment, not because Andrew's actions are less severe, but because his situation is fixed. He's sidelined. Fergie, by contrast, is still making new choices, and critics say those choices risk reigniting controversy. The sisters have worked hard to build private, respectable lives. Another cycle, tied to revived Epstein scrutiny and brand protection, means more fallout for them to manage. Love and loyalty remain, but exasperation is understandable. Where does this leave Sarah Ferguson? She's a proven survivor, adept at reinvention. But this moment is different. Andrew's chapter is effectively closed. The Epstein timeline is back under the microscope. Her daughters reportedly want fewer shocks, not more. If her moves read as brand first, she risks isolation, losing Royal Lodge, inviting renewed criticism, and straining the bond with the two people who've stood by her. The path forward likely requires unambiguous ownership of past misjudgments, quiet distance from scandal, and work that speaks for itself. So, grubby calculation or hard-nosed survival? Did Susan Holder's critique hit the mark, or is Sarah Ferguson simply securing a future outside a collapsing arrangement? Tell us what you think in the comments. If you found this analysis helpful, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss our next royal deep dive. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.